Yes, everyone, what's going on? Stephen Howson, big fat cheesy grin on the face. Welcome to the post-match review. Manchester United have beaten Arsenal 3-1, and it was a little bit rocky at times, wasn't it? There was times when Arsenal had us a little bit on the ropes, but I have to say, Manchester United and Erik ten-Hag played an absolute blinder. I think mainly in how they managed, how it was going. When Arsenal played their hand and went for it, Manchester United went for it. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Comment who your man of the match is. And if you want to spam the chat with Joel as well. He's been very quiet. I don't know why. I'm very much looking forward to being in the studio with him and Rio tomorrow. And welcome to any of those who've just come over from Rio's channel. Hope everyone is all good. Right, where do we start with analysing this game? I have to give it up to Gabriel Jesus, who I have called Gash. He was very good today, and he did cause us a lot of problems, but he didn't score. So there's something in there, isn't there? And on the United front, brilliant start for Antony, getting off the line with his goal. Well done to him. I'm sure that's going to be a massive thing off his mind, bit of confidence boost. Loads of people in the chat there. Thank you for the comments. Loads of Joels. Eriksen getting a lot of shouts for man of the match, and I have to generally agree. Really, I thought McTominay had a good game. I thought Rashford was very effective in what he did, but still doesn't look fully ready to me. But I'm sure coming away with 2 goals and an assist is going to do wonders for his confidence, and that can only be a positive thing for the team going forward. Eriksen was sensational. McTominay had a really, really good game, perhaps even justifying his selection at some point. I thought Varane and Martinez, had probably their toughest test to date this season, in terms of the pressure that they were put under. Liverpool didn't put us under the sort of pressure that we were under at times today with Arsenal. But I thought one of the reasons why we carved Arsenal open so easily was in large part down to Arteta's game management, which I thought was shocking. United weren't really at the races in a big way today, but we were still able to carve Arsenal open, particularly when they went for it. And we were very clinical when we did get our opportunities. So that's always a big plus and a massive bonus for us to see. People in the comments here saying Maguire was awful. Coming in and clattering Jesus the way he did just shows you that he would have completely struggled with him the way he was playing today. Like the video if you're happy with the win. Diazian says, why is Malacia so underrated? Maybe because he was cheap. Again, he struggled a little bit at times today with Saka, but ultimately, I thought it was an all right game. Good with the ball. Good with the ball for sure. Defensively, I thought him and Delo both did get done a little bit by the wingers that was up against, but they got in the mix. Ion says, Antony disappointing. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure Antony was disappointing. He came on, had a decent dig, sailed over the bar. Then he takes his opportunity very well, and that's all you can ask for. I think that's a very straightforward one, to be honest. We got a super chat there from Shiram says, hope you're doing well, Steve. Get in. Great game. It was a great game, actually. It was a good back and forward game. I think neutrals would have enjoyed that game. Great in-game management as well. Definitely agree with that. Looking forward to some sunglasses action from you and Rio. Oh, yes. We are doing some sunglasses action tomorrow. Make no mistake. These are a bit dirty, actually. Sunglasses and cake tomorrow. So I'm going to have to see what cake I can get on the way to London, I think. How good is Malacia, says Stephen Piker. People just spamming Eriksen in the chat. Joel in the mud. Joel's going to have a lot of way of talk. He's out of this one. He's been talking Saliba up as the best centre-half in the league. And that's not the case, is it, on the back of that performance? Like we've been saying, Arsenal, you've faced relegation fodder. You might even beat United because United aren't the finished article just yet, but you face relegation fodder. As soon as you start playing some teams, you are going to struggle, and that's what happened. Notch just said, yeah, 4 games on the bounce. Yeah, 4 wins on the bounce is fantastic. And it's starting to put a real bit of form. Oh, Tino, don't tease me. He says in 93, we had Erik come in and help transform the squad's attitude and set the standards. Could this Erik be the same catalyst? No, I don't think so. Not yet. I think we're a way off challenging just yet. I think ten-Hag could be huge for us, though. Patrick St. Pierre says 4 wins in a row. Get in. What a game to watch. Happy days. Super chat from AAO says still struggling to get the grips on second halves, but a great win. Wonder if that's something to do with the intensity that we're asking to play at, because it is a little bit more intense than we've seen last year. Someone says don't forget Glazers out. Absolutely do not forget Glazers out. Sunil says don't know about y'all, but Gary Neville does my head in as an ex-United player. He tries too hard to be neutral. He sucked Jesus so bad today, and he didn't threaten much at all. I disagree. I thought Jesus was very good today. I do know what you mean with Gary, though. He is extremely neutral to the point of annoyance. And it only seems to be him that has to do that. When Carragher's on, Carragher's just supporting Liverpool and happens to be there, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Desian says, a good game for Rashford will boost his confidence. I hope that's the case. Although, I'm not sure what the situation... I'm sure we'll find out very soon what the script is with his hamstring. Airborne Fighter says, imagine if we'd had De Jong as well. Now, if we had De Jong, what does that mean for Eriksen? I mean, I think Eriksen at the moment is putting in very, very good performances. Very, very good performances. Arthur says, the thoughts on CR7's attitude impact on the squad? I don't know. I'm not with the squad. From what I can see, I do believe he's handling being dropped extremely well. Extremely well. I wonder if he's going to start Thursday against Sociedad. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Martin says the folks at Arsenal Fan TV are already blaming everything for this loss. Of course they are. JD says Stephen in Manchester next weekend from Amsterdam. What are some good United pubs? Well, obviously the ones around the ground, but you can check out the likes of Mulligan's and stuff like that in town, or the old Nag's Head. Loads of George Best stuff up in the top floor of there. Can't wait for 5, says Lee. It's going to be fun tomorrow, isn't it? Why no more talk about Radcliffe? Don't know. I have no idea what's going on with the ownership, and anyone who does wouldn't be fucking out here talking about it on YouTube channels, would they? Notch says, shouldn't Casemiro have come on when Arsenal took control in the second half? I thought it was a strange one when Fred was the one that was coming on, because you're like, okay, I get the energy. That makes sense a little bit, but yeah, I was surprised it wasn't Casemiro. I do agree with that. Yinka says, Eriksen embodies everything that Pogba should have been. I absolutely agree with that as well, to be honest with you. Over the moon today, massive result, says Colin. Love that, Colin. Yeah, I agree. Like, this is what it's about, isn't it? Is having good games against your rivals. And you know what? As much as United and Arsenal have fell off, we're still rivals, and it's still a game that you're looking for. It's still one of the biggest games of the season for us, despite the fact that Arsenal are gash. You know what I mean? I'm excited. And I'm excited to get a victory in there. They could have turned up and beat us today. Yeah, they're in such good confidence. Confidence can carry you 30% of the way into the game. And that sometimes can be enough to get you over the line and get the win done. Got a poll going on if you want to check that out. Ronaldo to start versus Sociedad. Let me know what you think, yes or no. Cobra says, think Casemiro is not ready yet. That would appear to be the case, judging by the fact that he keeps benching him. And possibly the same thing with Ronaldo as well. James O'Brien says Casemiro should start as on Thursday. I agree. Darnell says great win. Glazes out though. Totally. Solo, Fred did come on and played well. Yeah, he did. I'm just saying. I was surprised it was Fred and not Casemiro that came on. Connor says Casemiro, Ronaldo and Donny to start on Thursday. Where's Donny van der Beek, lads and ladies? The 2% of you that watch this. Where is Donny van der Beek? Why isn't Donny van der Beek playing more often? What do you think the reason behind this is? It's interesting, isn't it? Ion says, thoughts on Bruno today? Bruno was creating chances, and that's his job. That's it. I thought it was a little high at times. It looks like we're trying to press with a 4. So sometimes it looked like we was a little overloaded in midfield. That was my personal opinion on it. I think sometimes when you press forward with a 4 like that, it can leave you a little bit behind if they break through that first press. Apparently Donny is injured. The comments are saying, okay, fair enough. And he's on his honeymoon. Oh, so is he on his honeymoon or is he injured? Could be either, couldn't it really? Just needs a manager that knows him, says Carl. Alex said, I think Casemiro, CR7, Van der Beek should and will start. Annoyingly, Maguire and Shaw might end up starting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Maguire comes back from this, because I don't know if he's ever had to deal with this. Same with Ronaldo, to be honest. How they're going to deal with fighting their way back into the team off the bench. Not something we've seen them do before. David Lloyd says, nice leisure centres. Erik ten-Hag has finally got the United, lost it, where's it gone? Going too fast. Team playing like a team and not an individual. Ten-Hag deserves a lot of credit. Rio just said it on the live we've just done. What did he just say? I forgot what he was just saying. Oh yeah, that was it. We're not exactly playing well, but we're grinding results out, and that's a brilliant trait. That in the past has been called championship form. I'm not going to call it championship form. I'm just going to say it's a positive trait at the moment. Troy with a super chat there says, McAnonymous is starting to become influential and actually playing well. I believe Van der Beek is more intelligent than Bruno. Maybe, but I don't know if he's got the physicality Bruno has. And again, that's only a maybe. Gregory with a super chat says, fantastic win. Pleased with the way we counter-attack and carve them open. Still ways to go, but impressed by the turnaround. Superb by Bruno. Eriksen was class. I would also, another super chat there from Sadji says, best team, best fans, best league, trash refs. I would also say on top of that as well, what we saw today from United was United both dominating the ball for the first 15, 20 minutes or so, and then being able to play with our backs to goal a little bit. And I think it was very important that we proved we could do that, because I think that's something that we've not necessarily had too much of an opportunity to do, be both dominating of the ball and also doing that in the same game shows a lot of tactical flexibility, and I was really happy with that one. Someone talking about Saka being sent off. Let me find that. Where's that gone? Maybe they deleted it. Malassi needs credit. Saka was difficult. Don't think it was that one, but that's the one. Carl says that has won us titles before. It has, but I think this squad's a way off talking about winning titles just yet. I think what we need to do is play well consistently over the course of a season, see our identity embedded into the team, and we'll go from there. I don't think we're going to go from 6th to a title charge, and it would be ludicrous to suggest that we could. William says, Joel in the mud, do I expect to have a go at Europa, or will we prioritise the league? Glazers out. I think we'll try and have a go at it, but I think we might use the likes of Zidane and maybe some of the other types, that fringe players. I hope we do anyway. Molman says we're going to win the league. Ryla says Tierney put a shift in for us today. Arnold must have buttered him up. Antony says, can we please get Joe L on the phone? He's not been in the group chat. Ion says, is Saka even worth all the hype? For me, not so much. AKN Legacy says, after that, we can now do a meet and greet at your house. Do I think we'll crack like Arsenal late in the season? It's possible, because there's no way of knowing if the intensity that Ten-Hag is trying to impart on the team is going to continue, or if it will be too much for the players, particularly playing Thursday, Sunday, week in, week out. You remember, he's come from the Eredivisie where he can take a couple of league games off and it's not necessarily a problem. Can't generally do that in the Premier League, and that's usually what's found a lot of managers out when they've tried to do that. So I hope he's prepared for that, because it's going to be hard work. What do I think of Varane now? I thought he struggled a little bit today at times. I thought his positioning was probably off a little bit for their goal. But ultimately, if he plays, he's a good player. He's a starting centre-half for United, and he's very good if he plays. Riley says Arsenal will take up their annual position in 5th after today. I told everyone, listen, my honest belief is they could have beat us today, right? And I've said that on the podcast and everything. Like, whether or not they beat us today is irrelevant. they was always going to crumble come October when they actually have a lot of very difficult games coming up. So for me, that was always going to be the biggest test. Saji says, what do I think about the refs in the Everton and West Ham games yesterday? I've not seen those games yesterday. I was busy all day yesterday doing a hike, and then when I finished, I was just dying. And the fact that I'm here now and not actually on my way home from Old Trafford now shows you how much I was dying. I can't stand up. I could just about manage a piss, and that's about it at the moment. I can't stand up. The arches in my feet have completely gone. Can't stand up. I'm in absolute turbo mega shit state. And I'm in the Stretford end, right? So that means I've got to stand up in the pub for a bit before the game. Then I've got to walk over there. It took me 2 hours to walk from fucking Hotel Football to the Stretford end. Seriously. And then I've got to climb up all the stairs in the Stretford end. And then I've got to stand up for 2.5 hours. Not happening. So my dad's took Jay. That guy Dizo says Arsenal will crumble as soon as Europa League is starting this week. I concur. Vishnu says I thought it'd be a 1-1 draw. When they scored, I thought it was on the cards. That was a possibility. Yeah, I had a bit of a dreading feeling but alas, not the case, and we will be eating cake tomorrow. James says, but ten-Hag isn't good enough because of his suit. Oh yes, Simon Jordan. I forgot about that. What about his suit though? Martin Monaghan with a super chat says, wonder if Arteta played Glory Man United in training this week. Dosser, hopefully Leisha's injury isn't too serious. Yeah, that could be a big derailer for United this season. Jibak says, are there any United fans who are missing Harry in the 11? Nope, I don't think so. Jason says, Eriksen is our best midfielder since Carrick. I'll agree with that. Dominic Mann says, do I think we'll crack like Arsenal late in the season? We covered that one already. Danny Quinn says Arsenal's bench looks poor as hell. Right, quickly like the video. We'll do a couple more questions and then we're going to get out of here. I think I'll be going live with Jay in a little bit. GE says United tradition or something to have 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Don't know what the script is with that. Jack says Paul Merson is chatting bollocks at the moment. Please tweet me the quotes from Paul Merson because I absolutely love those things. Got 4,000 of you watching. That's absolutely wicked. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification. And also if you want to support the channel, then we've got YouTube membership and we've also got Patreon. And you guys will be getting a vlog on Monday, which is tomorrow actually, about what I did yesterday, and you can come and see the absolute agony that me and Janine was in as we completed Paris 10. Next week we'll be doing, hopefully, if I can walk by like Tuesday, we'll be booking it. Hopefully be doing Tough Mudder on Sunday next week, and I'm debating doing 10k a day all the way through October for the British Legion and the Poppy Appeal. So I don't know, let me know if you think I should do that or not. Peter Knight says, fingers crossed Martinez is just had a trapped wind. Maguire is a curse. Also, Ronaldo needs to stop crying when he doesn't go his way, ruining the team vibe. That's Ronaldo. He's always been like that. I don't think that's ever going to change. Man of the match for me is Lissandro, says Mark Mugo. Jay says, any news on Martinez? Not yet. Hopefully we'll have something on that tomorrow. Syed says, is it just me or is Antony out too soon? No. Be all right. ten-Hag is our leader, says Ben. Yes. ten-Hag just buried Arteta. Oh, I'm missing all the fucking interviews. Someone tweet me all of the quotes from both Merson and I want to know what ten-Hag's saying as well. I'm going to see if I can get the ten-Hag ones up on here. I'll read them out to any of those who are missing them as well. Let me see if I can see the quotes. ten-Hag on if Casemiro is ready. That was this morning. Arteta on Gabriel Martinelli's disallowed goal. Referee said it was a really soft decision. We asked for consistency today. We disallowed the goal. There's nothing we can do, unfortunately. Cry more, you fucking idiot. Right? We literally saw the same sort of thing given as a foul for McTominay on the touchline. It was exactly the same. ten-Hag, Antony did well, but I think he can do better. He had a great goal, but all the goals were team goals. Totally agree. It's a process. You have to lift the standards every day. That is my demand, and the players in our team have that demand. We have many players in the team who have won trophies, and they have to bring that standard and get the best out of them every day. We have to think about Europa League. Today we'll have a short celebration, and tomorrow focus will be on the next game. That's what ten-Hag's saying anyway. Let me know what he said about Arteta, because I've not managed to see that one just yet. Kyle says Ronaldo gets the goal Thursday for sure. Probably a good shout, I reckon. There's a couple of chats just come in. Let me just make sure I've not missed any of those. Hashtag, and now you're going to believe us. I'm trashed and stayed to the end for the atmosphere. I'm now going to miss my flight. We've seen it all. Anyone on the 1902 to the airport, carriage 3, hit me up with some cans. His view from the stands. Absolutely fantastic. Where are you flying to, mate? Let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can get any help with you. Abith says, waiting for 5 with 5 episode. Wear 3 shades if possible. Let Joe wear his shades. DK says, how good has Malacia been? Hopefully that continues with the consistency. He's been a proper bargain. I didn't think he'd come in. I thought he would force his way in to start probably by the end of the season, maybe Christmas, but that's that one. Justin Lloyd says, Steve, your beard looks like it stinks. Looks aren't everything, mate. Don't project your own poor hygiene on me. Luke says, bet Arteta doesn't even talk about Saka's dive. No. How did I predict we will be at Arsenal? Well, I'm always going to predict that United are going to win for starters. Ion says, Antony gives me 2013 Neymar vibes. I'm going to go out on a limb here, but Brazil's not exactly known for its footballers that have been good, is it? So I'm going to say, I reckon Antony's probably the best Brazilian that's ever played football, because I don't think there's been many good ones. So I reckon I'm on safe ground saying that. What do you reckon? Anyone disagree? I don't think so. There's a couple of super chats coming in with no text alongside them. Cheers, but Ant says a long, slow drink on Vive whilst giving Joe the side eye. Alex Stone says that Saka dive was pure comedy. It was pure comedy. Absolute wibble. Alex says, just briefly tuned in to watch Arsenal Fan TV. Totally worth it. The best quote, we were better than them in all regards other than defending. Notch says, Antony is the new Ronaldinho. Who's that? He's the best Brazilian ever. Antony celebration. He wants to play for this club, and that's what we want to see. I agree with that. What was my reaction to the Maguire yellow card? I literally chuckled. Corbin says Brazil has tons of great players. No, they don't. They've never had any good players, ever. They're just a small team on the international scene that no one's ever heard of. Absolute international minnows no one's bothered about. You know what I mean? Never had a single good player, and clearly Antony's the best ever one they've ever had. You better make Joel cry on the next vid. We're going to try. Imani says, I know I'm late, but thoughts on a Jimmy Garner transfer? Oh, we've covered that. There's no point now. He's an Everton player, well and truly, so it's one of them, innit? Dan says, Pele had 130 games against European teams, 144 goals. He ain't a fraud. He is, though, because there was all friendlies. Who counts friendlies, for Christ's sake? Ryan says, best Brazilian since Kleberson. Fact. I don't know anyone different. Dizian says, McTominay plays well when he has a ball-playing midfielder next to him when he doesn't have to be the one starting the attack. However, he did play a couple of really good forward balls today, because I think that people expect him to play the safe one constantly, and then that's that one. Disco Stew says, lots of people understand sarcasm in here. It's the lowest form of wit, but still misunderstood by so many idiots. S. Jewett says, how different are we from Ollie's team at their best in quality and tactics? I think we've seen some play under Ollie. We did see some really good, certainly one-touch play, but I think the difference is that it's left and right-sided. Under Ollie, we were very much left-side dominant, and I think just based off what we've seen this season so far alone, I think Eriksen's just got more consistency in him than Pogba ever had. And I think that sort of consistency, maybe it doesn't ever quite reach the heights of what Pogba was capable of, but it never maybe hits the lows that Pogba was capable of either. And I think that's important. I think just having more consistency is going to be huge for us. Super chat here from Alvin says 21 is coming. Alex says the tactics under ten-Hag are more regimented than Ollie. I think the centre halves are just better as well, and they're more capable of following out what we're trying to do, and with a higher line. I mean, look at the foul in the first few minutes that Martinez gives away on Gabriel Jesus. If Rio's just fucking text our group, so I just read that. If Maguire is playing, he doesn't make that foul because he's not in that position to make that foul. He just gets beat, and it was either a goal or we're talking about Jesus blazing one over the bar. I don't think he's in a position to make that foul because I don't think he reads it enough. I don't think he's got the pace to keep up with him enough. And even if he ends up making the foul, Maguire's not going to be in a position to do that. Rohit says, Steve, do I feel my vibe? Rashford 2.0, scoring 2 goals against Arsenal like this on his debut. Europa League is coming. I hope with everything that Marcus is able to get back to his best, because we've got a real player in our hands if that's the case, if nothing else. I still think he's a way off it, but that hopefully, 3 goal involvements today is certainly no bad thing. Mohammed says, what's my thoughts on the pessimism about our counter-attacking approach? Think it's much tactically denser than Ollie's. As I said earlier, I saw United both dominate possession today and camp inside Arsenal's half. Arsenal were 10 men behind the ball for 8 or 9 of the first 15 minutes, and they were trying to break out with counters, hence the foul that we were just talking about. And then we also saw United playing on the counter and using those advantages we have with pace to be able to get in behind them on a couple of occasions. So I would rather have a team that's capable of doing both, because I don't think we've got the quality to turn up to anywhere like City do and just go, we're going to play it this way and we'll probably beat you playing like that. I think that's the one. Ultimately, I think that if you're not the best team in the world, then I think you have to have multiple ways of playing. And even when United were arguably in the conversation to be one of the best teams in the world, in the year we won the Champions League in 2008, we would go away to Barcelona and play without the ball. We would go to Chelsea and play without the ball. All of these places we would go and we would have a way of playing without the ball. And I think that's a very important trait, is to be able to play without the ball and to be counter-attacking. I don't think you can be all or one unless you've got the best team in the world. And I think if we was to say that we do, then we'd just be wrong, wouldn't we? Ant says, playing with proper centre-backs for the first time the last 4 games makes it look like Maguire has won a half-time competition for minutes at the end of the game. The drop-off has been quite staggering, hasn't it? The one of PP, what a name, says, you and Rio must absolutely show no mercy for Joe L when you guys get on vibe with 5 and just keep saying, but you lost 3-1, 20 points he makes. If you've not seen the video that me and Rio did, someone's edited. I'll see if I can get it up on the screen. Someone's edited this. It might be a bit too bright to see. Yeah, I can't really see it. With a 3-1. Sensational. Slice of Life says, has Howson got his pants on? We can't say. Ozzy says, Howson on the Frey Bentos later. I'm having paella, mate. Cultured as fuck. Hassan says, Ronaldo looked happy. I think he's going to be a great luxury this season. I love to see Ronaldo break back into the team as first choice, because he's going to have to work hard to do that. He's not just going to be given that because he's called Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's a really interesting one. Hostad says, ecstatic with a win. Said I wanted to humble Arsenal in the last stream. How long till Casemiro takes over from Scott? Don't know. Skulls says, we scored from counters, counter-pressing and holding possession. What are people moaning about? People always find a way to moan. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, but cheers for tuning in, as always. If you want to see the pain me and Janine put ourselves through, I'm so proud of her as well. She's never carried weight, never done any sort of military-style tabbing. Yesterday, for the first time ever she's carried weight, she decides to do it in the Paris 10 over Catterick training area. And as I said earlier, sort of at the start of the show, I think I said it at least anyway, I'm thinking of raising some money for veterans or for the British Legion in October, and I'm debating doing 10 kilometres a day, which will make it 310 kilometres for the entire month. If you think we should do that, let me know. And if you want to support the channel, then check out the join button below or the Patreon. Both It's exactly the same content on both. But there'll be a vlog going up there tomorrow from what we did yesterday. Hopefully there'll be another one from Tough Mudder, as well as behind the scenes Patreon stuff. And there's an extra time has just gone up where we're talking about Andrew Tate, not the Moisey fella, but the other witch, and Boris Johnson fighting Nigel Farage. So if you're into that sort of extra content, hit the button. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all next week. See you in a bit.